Hi, welcome to your channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I'm your host, Dr. Ghosh, and I'm back today with another very transformational and inspirational video for all of you. Friends, the video I brought for you today is about a freedom fighter and revolutionary, Komaram Bheem, who led a guerrilla army against the British Empire. His effect was His legacy was the slogan which he left behind for all tribals to follow. And his legacy is that he shook the Nizams of Hyderabad. His rebellion resulted in the Telengana movement of 1946, which resulted in the overthrowing and annexation of the Nizams of Hyderabad into the Indian state. It was in no small measure thanks to the activities of this freedom fighter and revolutionary. His slogan, Jal, Jungle, Zameen, is even today used by tribals in their battle for their rights. Komaram Bheem used his guerrilla army of 300 plus very effectively against the British East India Company and against the Nizams of Hyderabad. He was born in the tribal Gond community and they lived by sustainable agriculture, moving place to place. But the Nizams and the British authorities decided to acquire this land for its riches of forest wealth and mines, mining minerals below these forest lands. Komaram Bheem, along with other tribal leaders, decided to revolt against the British authorities and the Nizams of Hyderabad for their harsh practices of chopping off the hands and fingers of Gond tribal children and collecting taxes, harsh taxes. The Nizams of Hyderabad were among the richest kingdoms in the country. They were among the richest people in the world. The last Nizam was the richest person in the world. However, they were pretty harsh to some extent with some of the tribal subjects. And this led to an armed revolt, especially the Telengana rebellion of 1946, which resulted in the annexation of Hyderabad state, land reforms for agriculturists and tribals, and the ban on the Communist Party of India was lifted. Amazing? Truly. I'll be sharing more about Komaram Bheem with you shortly on the channel and in the video. But before that, I'd like to give you a brief about the channel and about myself. I'm Dr. Ghosh and I've done 24 years of research into the ancient sciences and on human personality. I started this channel 2 years back. Today we have got over 1012 subscribers, 27,000 views, and this is the 348th video on the channel. My mission is to ensure that I, along with my transformationist streams, transform the thinking of the present and coming generations to ensure that they live by the eternal human principles. These principles such as honesty, integrity, loyalty, respect for elders, respect for womanhood, never change over time and place. And living by these principles is the only way forward for a conflict-ridden mankind. All my subscribers, I want to call them as transformationists, family of transformationists, as they are helping me spread the message of living by principles. Thank you, transformationists. Thank you to all of you. For all those of you who have not yet joined my family of transformationists, please do subscribe to the channel and start making a difference to society today. I'm told that these videos are being shown at multiple orphanages in Chennai and Bangalore. I feel truly humbled that my videos are making a difference to society and is transforming the thinking of the present and coming generations. Coming back to our inspirational Indian revolutionary freedom fighter who shook the British Raj and the Nizams of Hyderabad to the very core, Komaram Bheem. Born on 22nd October 1901 at Sankepalli in Hyderabad state under the British India Empire, which was ruled by the Nizams of Hyderabad with the iron fist. He was born to a family of Gond tribals. They lived in forests and were isolated and had no formal education. The Gondi tribals traveled from place to place in the deep forests and practiced sustainable agriculture. However, upon realizing the riches of these forests and the minerals and other wealth available there, the British Empire authorities, the Nizams of Hyderabad, and the Zamindars decided to exploit the riches of the forest land and minerals. They wanted to ensure that they undertook and exploited the riches of these forests and did not allow it to remain in the hands of the Gond tribals. They enforced various rules and regulation and hampered the subsistence agricultural practices of the tribals, taxed them heavily, and amputated the hands and fingers of the children who practiced subsistence agricultures. The Gond tribals and other tribals decided to retaliate and protest. Bhim's father was killed in one such protest by the British and Nizami officials. Following this, Bhim and his family moved from Sankepalli to Sardapur near Karimnagar and started subsistence farming there on the land of Zamindar Lakshman Rao, who would extract taxes from Bhim. This again led to conflict, and Bhim killed a senior official of the Nizam, Sadiq Saab, who came to his farm to collect taxes in the form of the crops. He escaped capture and escaped from to the forests along with his friend Kondal, and then moved on to Chanda city. There he got refuge under a revolutionary publisher Vitoba, who ran a public press distributing a magazine which was anti-British and anti-Nizams. Bhim learnt here how to speak and read and write in English, Hindi and Urdu. However, this period, a golden period in his life, was short-lived, and he had to run away again to Assam as Vitoba, the publisher, was arrested by the British and Nizami authorities. He went to a tea plantation in Assam through reaching there through the Mancherial railway station, stayed and worked there for 4.5 years, took part in labor union actions for better wages and living conditions against the British authorities, was arrested, and he managed to escape in 4 days. He boarded a train and returned to the Nizamate of Hyderabad and decided to fight for better conditions for the tribals in the Nizamate of Hyderabad. He moved to Kakanghat and worked for Lacha Reddy, the local zamindar. He helped Lacha Reddy to win a land litigation case against the Asif Bad estate of the Nizams, and this got him fame and he was allowed to marry by the Zamindar Laksha Reddy to Sombai, where upon marrying her, they moved to Bhebejghar and practiced subsistence agriculture. When again they were visited by British authorities and Nizami authorities for taxation, he decided to lobby the Nizam directly, but the Nizam ignored him and he associated himself with the banned Communist Party of India, mobilized Adivasis in the armed struggle against the Nizams of Hyderabad and the erstwhile British East India Company. He formed a guerrilla army of 300 plus tribals and declared war against the British East India Company and the Nizams of Hyderabad. The uprising of 28, he attacked the zamindars of Babe Ghar and Jodeghat. In response, now the Nizam, having experienced the fire in the tribals, recognized Bhim as the leader of the God rebels, Godi rebels, and tribals and Adivasis, and sent the collector of Asifabad to negotiate with Bhim. The Nizam also agreed to give land grants to the Gondi tribals. But Bhim was not satisfied with the terms of the agreement. He wanted an autonomy for the Gonds, which went beyond just land. He wanted an independent kingdom for the Gondi tribals. He wanted eviction of the forest officials and zamindars and release of all Gond tribals and other Adivasis who were prisoners in Hyderabad under the Nizams. The meeting did not result fruits and the armed conflict continued. 300 plus tribals supported Bhim and guerrilla warfare continued against the Nizams of Hyderabad and the British East India Company. Bhim coined a slogan, Jal, Jungle and Zameen, as their war cry, which even today is used by tribals for their rights. An eternal slogan, Jal, Jungle, Zameen, was coined by Bhim. In this struggle, one of the traitors, Kurdu Patel, shared information with the British authorities and the Nizam of Hyderabad, and the Nizam and the British sent the armed police into the hiding place of Komaram Bheem. The Talukdar of Asifabad, Abdul Sattar, led the attack, and along with Bhim, 15 others were killed on 8th April 1940. What is the legacy left behind by Bhim? His death anniversary is commemorated as Aswe Yaja Paunami at Jodeghat every year, the place of his rebellion and his death. He is regarded as a lion. He is lionized among the tribals. His armed revolt shook the British East India officials and the Nizams of Hyderabad to the very core. His sacrifice did not go in vain, and this resulted in the Nizams allowing land reforms by the called as the Hyderabadi Tribal Area Accord of 1356 Fastly in 1946. Despite passing this rule, the atrocities of the British Empire and the Nizams of Hyderabad against the tribals resulted in the annexation of the same by Jawaharlal Nehru and Iron Man Vallabhbhai Patel. In 2011, in the memory of Bheem, a dam, Komaram Bheem project was commissioned and a statue of Komaram Bheem put on Tangband in Hyderabad. 2014, when Telengana was formed, 25 crores was given for the Komaram Bheem Museum and Jodeghat, and a memorial was built in his memory at Jodeghat Hill Rock in 2016. To such men of iron does India owe her independence. A man who not only shook the British Empire and brought it to his knees, but he also shook the Nizams of Hyderabad, then the richest man in the world, to the core. His actions of Bhim resulted in the annexation of Hyderabad, in the land reforms of Hyderabad, and in lifting of the ban against the Communist Party of India, which Bhim was associated with. A man, a mark, Komaram Bheem, the guerrilla warfare fighter, the revolutionary, the armed freedom fighter who used guerrilla tactics to bring about change in the life of his tribal friends. Friends, I will be back again with another very transformational video for you on your favorite channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. Till then, good luck, all the best.